Hi there, you're watching The Appreciationis. My name is Peter Hartman.
And I'm Samantha Barley.
And I am desperately in need of a haircut. It's in tune! Yay!
Oh!
Awesome. Tonight we're talking about positive and negative spirals. Before we get to that, I want to say hello to our friends in the room. Hi, Luke.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Luke.
And thanks, Sam, co-host Sam and producer here. Thank you for being here, part of the show. We're going to be talking about positive and negative spirals, but I want to talk to you about what I learned this week. Okay, so the first segment, what I learned this week. I'll let you know what I learned this week. Did I say that enough? I learned something very interesting this week. So it turns out Monopoly is one of the most, if not the most played board game. And Hasbro, the creators of, the owners of Monopoly, they did a study. They studied 2,000 Monopoly players, and they discovered that about 51% of Monopoly games end in argument. Now, that's not surprising to anybody who's ever played Monopoly. I think we all have that sort of experience. I think that's pretty normal. But what they've done here, and this goes above and beyond, they created a hotline for the holidays for anybody who needs conflict resolution during their Monopoly game. So the people who are answering their phones, they know all about Monopoly, they know all the rules, and they can help you mediate arguments and help calm you down. Now, that's hilarious. I think that's great. I was reading the top 10 reasons why games fail, why people go into arguments. Do you know what they are, Sam? Do you know some of them? Like, why do you think people get into arguments with Monopoly?
People who don't want to trade, maybe. Like me, who has a hard time trading.
That's right. Actually, that's actually not one of the, like, yes, no, I shouldn't say that. You're getting a property just to keep it so that the other person doesn't get it. So that's kind of close to it. But I was surprised to see the not willing to trade part, because my brother, he did that to me all the time. Sam does it to me all the time. Just doesn't want to trade. But very quickly here, making up rules. These are the top 10 reasons people fight over in Monopoly. Making up rules. Being a sore winner, buying a property you don't want to keep just to keep it out of the hands of someone else, taking too long with a turn, stealing from the bank, deliberately miscounting a move, arguing over who gets to be the banker, property auction process, the token choice. So, you know, whether you're the iron or whatever. Nobody wants to be the iron, by the way. That's just the thing. And then free parking rules. So it's really funny to hear what people argue about. It's really funny that there's an emergency hotline for Monopoly, and that's what I learned this week. Pretty cool. 51%. That's way higher than I expected, though. Anyway, the most important thing we do during the show is called a moment of appreciation, and that's where we look back at the past 7 days and we pick out something that we appreciate. It could be something good that happened that's easy to appreciate, or it could be something that wasn't so great but that we can see the value in today. Well, anybody have a moment of appreciation? I certainly have one.
Well, I guess I'll start.
Please.
Okay, yesterday my nurse has called me because Monday I had my blood test, and she told me the result of my blood test. It was in regard to my treatment and anti-rejection treatment, and she said that my body had well responded to the treatment for the first treatment, so everything was very fine on that side. And for the other side there, they have to check the antibody levels to see if they have gone down a little bit, but that test takes longer, so I'm gonna know the result only next week. But for the moment, I'm very happy. You know, it means my body is getting better.
Excellent.
That's great. That is great.
That's really cool. Well, thank you very much for sharing that. That's really awesome. I love hearing that. That's really cool. That's worth celebration. That's actually worth, actually, I shouldn't say that. That's worth a celebration. That's very cool. I love hearing that. That's cool. What about you, Sam? You got a moment of appreciation?
Last night.
Last night?
So last night we went to see the Star Wars movie. Star Wars movie 3D. It was actually Tom and Sandra who got us the tickets, so we got like a gift from them.
They insisted. They insisted.
They insisted that Peter go so they can have conversation about it and talk about how great it is. So yeah, so the whole experience, Peter met me downtown after a session. We actually went to go and see a space that I'm going to be using for a couple of meetups at the beginning of January. So that was great. And then we had Putin, and we saw an awesome 3D movie, great movie, packed theater, super fun. Yeah, it was a good night last night.
It was. That's my moment of appreciation, going to see Star Wars Rogue One. No spoilers at all. I won't make any comment other than to say I really love the movie. I love going to movies where there was a lot of people there, where the theater is packed. I love hearing when everybody starts laughing in the theater when something happens on stage. It really feels like I'm a part of something. But something else happened, and this I was going to say for what's for dinner, but I fell in love with a new rum. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to have some right now. This is called Appleton Estate. This is not the one you should be drinking, but it's the one that I drank. I only read up about it afterwards, and man, I just love the smell. I just love the smell, and I'm gonna love the taste. So if you see me drinking here, that's exactly what's going on here. Sam's staring at me because she wants me to save this for the holidays. But you know what? I'm in a festive mood. I'm gonna toast. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, tea. Cheers, my tea. What you got, Luke? There we go.
Thank you very much. So Sam knows how obsessed I was about it. I keep smelling it. I keep talking about it. So I'm very much in love with it. But Star Wars was truly really awesome. Definitely go check that out. If you care about Star Wars, if you care about what happens, if you care about spoilers, you gotta go see this movie right away, because you will get spoilers. Somehow somebody will spoil it. Anyway, that's it for a moment of appreciation. I really love that. Really cool things here. I loved hearing what Luke had to say there. Thank you so much for sharing that moment of appreciation, Luke. I think we're all very interested in these updates. Also, okay, awesome. The next part of the show is the next segment is called What a Great Idea. And that's why I point you towards a product, a service, a person, a website, an app, an idea that is deserving of your attention, because whatever we give our attention to becomes
greater part of our experience.
A greater part of our experience, absolutely right. So why not give our attention to some great ideas? This week's great idea comes from our producer, Sam.
Greater part of our experience. Talking, you can see, right? You
yeah.
See? All right.
We put it on the back of the cards so you can walk away with it. That's everything you need to know. Yes, I'm sorry, this is already kicking in, so it's going to be one of those.
Oh, God.
Oh, God, Sam knows. I'm a lightweight, you know. I drink half a beer, and I'm like, ooh, I can't remember what I did last night. What a great idea. So Sam, our producer Sam, she put us on to this really cool startup in India. It's called Avani Eco, Avani Eco Bags. And they're creating eco-friendly plastic. So for plastic bags, for straws, for different things. It's an edible plastic. I mean, he literally took a bag, put it in a glass of water, dissolved it. It became this green drink, and he drank it. It's an edible thing. I don't know how well it tastes. I didn't mention that. I don't think people are going to be making.
I don't think you're supposed to be eating it, but it's great, because then if it ends up in the oceans, then it can be eaten and digested. Absolutely
right. Our plastic bags kill 100,000 animals a year, so it's really crazy. So this bag is zero harm to the environment. It's made from cassava root. And, you know, I don't know what cassava root is, but it sounds biodegradable to me. It sounds eco-friendly to me. I think it's really wonderful. And they want this to become the standard, and I think it can very easily become that. I think I don't think anybody's going to be out there going, no, we don't want a cassava root bags. We want plastic bags. You know what I mean? I think it'll be an easy sell. So once they get this product viable, which it looks like it is, it's non-toxic, zero harm to the environment, and edible. So I'm really loving that. So that's it. You can check that out at avani.eco.com. Avani, A-V-A-N-I, eco.com. You can find that on facebook.com/The Appreciationist after the show. Right, Sam?
Yep.
Right. Cool.
If I'm on point with it, I've been lacking in the remembering to put that.
No, you haven't been lacking. It's holiday season. Go to Avani, A-V-A-N-I, eco.com. You can definitely.
I think I might share the video too of the guy eating it and stuff. That's good. Drinking it. Okay, easy with the rum. Easy.
It's a tiny amount. It's a tiny amount. Oh, it tastes so good.
Oh wait, Luke is talking. Luke, you gotta unmute yourself.
You gotta unmute yourself. So wait.
I said we want you to finish the show.
It'll be a more fun show if I'm drinking, that's for sure. Very, very cool. Well, look, awesome. We're going to move on to the topic of our show this week, which is positive and negative spirals, okay? Positive and negative spirals. And this is something I feel like a lot of people deal with, right? You can get sort of lost in a loop of thought. And how do you pull yourself out of it? How do you deal with that? Is that a question you get often, Sam, in your meetups and your sessions?
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of people getting locked in. Are you surprised by how difficult it is for people to change their thinking?
Nope.
I'm not surprised.
What?
I'm a little surprised. I have a meetup coming up where we're going to be talking about negative spirals, and it was initially negative spirals and our willingness to suffer, and so I removed that. But I do feel like people have this sort of willingness to be in a negative spiral, like to be in this sort of state of suffering. We make excuses like it's habit, it's how I've always been, but you've always been that way because you chose to be that way, and you might not have known how to choose better, and that's unfair, right? If you grew up eating McDonald's and now you eat McDonald's as an adult, no offense to McDonald's, well, some offense to McDonald's, then I get it. You haven't learned anything differently, but you still have a willingness to eat McDonald's. You still have a willingness to do that stuff, and so I want to address that. I want to address people's willingness to be in a negative spiral, because if I told you I will give you $100,000 to snap out of your negative spiral, I think you'd do it pretty quick. I don't think you'd have all the excuses that people give. What do you think, Luke?
I don't know. I think you have an idea behind giving me $100,000 that you're gonna want it back later with interest or something like that. So I probably wouldn't take it.
That sounds like somebody who would be in a negative spiral. Yeah, like having such a negative spiral that they would be so like untrustworthy and like, no, I can't believe it.
I can't believe
well,
it.
Look, if somebody came, look, I'm with Luke. If somebody came up and says, "I'll give you $100,000 to get out of your negative spiral," I'd be like, "What? I'm making a deal with the devil right now, aren't I? I'm losing my soul here. This is a crossroads deal." So I completely get that. But even if it was $100, even if it was or something even simpler, you know, a free movie ticket. Like, I think that if you had incentive, you would actually find it easier, maybe not easy, but easier to snap out of these negative things. There's something about wallowing and festering in your mood that is kind of appealing, right? There's something kind of satisfying about sort of staying in that zone because it's familiar, because other people will have pity on you. You know what I'm talking about? That sort of willingness to sort of milk it to sort of milk the problem.
Yep.
I don't know.
What I was just thinking about the money or the gift card, or, you know, like offering something like that to somebody to say, okay, get out of your mood and you're going to get this. They would be more willing to do it because they're getting that instant gratification. You know, like they would have that, okay, I'm going to do it because I get this right away. Like, whereas shifting out of a negative spiral, yeah, you're gonna feel a little bit better, but it's not like you're not necessarily gonna go from like feeling horrible, being in this negative spiral, to all of a sudden I feel wonderful. And so a lot of people are not satisfied enough with that like change. They don't realize the impact that shifting your perspective or getting out of that spiral and thinking of something different, how much that will impact the rest of your life if you keep doing it. Like, it's like long-term goal, you know?
Yeah, being able to see ahead, foresight, being able to recognize the impact of your actions today, I completely get that. There was an exercise that someone taught me, or somebody did, I can't remember how I saw it, and it really, a light bulb went off in my head when this happened. I don't know if it was taught to me or if I came up with it myself, but I actually had to come up with it myself. It's something I did as a little kid. It taught me as a little kid this willpower thing. So you don't have to do this if you don't want to. If you're watching at home, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but try it if you want to. Okay, so just take a moment to just breathe deeply. Yeah. Okay, so you're just breathing normally. It's perfectly fine. Now, I want you to hold your breath. Okay, hold your breath with me. Keep holding it. Keep holding it. How's it going?
Fine.
Going well.
Going well. So I hold my breath until I can't hold it anymore. And then when I let it out, okay, that feeling of when I let out my breath, that feeling right then, and then I'm able to take a breath in. When I hold my breath for as long as I can, then I have such a sense of relief, just from going from holding yourself back to actually allowing yourself to take a deep breath. Your life hasn't changed dramatically. You just went from holding in to letting go. And here's the thing. We want the big payoff, right? We want the big payoff. But if you can make the payoff that you're seeking to be this feeling of relief, this temporary relief right then, and you actually recognize how good it feels to move out of a negative spiral to a zone of boredom or to a zone of optimism or to a zone of hope. Not feeling great, not feeling happy, not feeling positive, just feeling a little bit better. When you recognize what that actually feels like to feel that relief, then you're going to get addicted to that feeling. Have you ever put on socks that were too tight or shoes that were too tight or a scarf or you were too bundled up and you just felt what it felt like to have that relief? Well, if that's what you're aiming for, not this long-term goal, but that's what you're aiming for, and you actually truly recognize the way it feels when you experience it, I think you would feel compelled, you would have the incentive to right then, in the moment, get the pleasure that you're looking for, right?
I was going to say that there's another like relaxation technique that I do in like, so you're breathing and stuff like that, but then you tense your whole body. You choose to tense, you tense even your face, like you tense up your whole body for like a good amount, like at least a few seconds or whatnot, and then you let it go. And then you feel that sort of relief. And so I encourage people to try that too, you know?
Yeah. That's actually a very good one. You reminded me of it because I learned it in the context of astral projection. Not that I'm teaching astral projection, I'm just experimenting with it. And you tense parts of your body, and you tense your legs, and then your feet, and then your legs, and then your arms, and your chest, and it's supremely relaxing. Like it feels really wonderful. And what you recognize is that, I think Alan Watts talks about this, that life, that there's a behind it, subtly, there's a sensation to being alive of being tense. Like there's a tension to being alive. There's a constant conflict between you and your environment. There's a constant conflict between you and your thoughts. There's a tenseness, and when you kind of release, it's like that death experience of letting go, that surrendering. When you finally feel what it feels like to actually relax your body, you're going to realize that on any given moment of any given day, in any given moment of any day, you are actually tense a lot of the time. Yeah. Like you're feeling it a little. It might feel normal to you, but when you do what Sam says, when you tense up your body and let it go, then you have this sort of feeling of, oh, that's right. What I'm actually doing on a regular basis is holding my breath in. What I've gotten accustomed to is feeling tense all the time. And if I can just give myself that sense of relief, then I'm going to get addicted to that feeling. And what I want to talk about, or the point I want to make is, your willingness to suffer, when you get rid of your willingness to be in that place, when you get fed up, where you're like, this is no longer acceptable, then you will find yourself able to leave your negative spirals a lot easier than you would expect. When you come to our meetup next on December 30th, we're going to be talking about five methods for 5 approaches for getting out of negative spirals. I'm just going to list them here for anybody who might not be coming. Fantasy meditation, that's one that we've talked about before. A skill up, that's learning a new skill. I can't emphasize this enough, okay? Learn to type, learn to bake, learn to play an instrument, learn something. It changes your brain. The feeling you have when you walk out of your house learning something new is really incredible. I can't tell you enough. I know it's an effort, but please do that. Helping hand, helping someone else. It's a very effective way of coming out of negative spirals. Physical touch. I think physical touch is very important. Cuddling, holding hands, hugging people. If you can have someone in your life that you can just physically touch. You're sitting down watching a movie, just sit down and put your legs together. You put your feet together. I don't know what it is. I've been in movie theaters where my arm is sort of touching someone else, and I kind of just like use them for the feeling. You know, they don't know what's going on, and just kind of like enjoying the fact that we're kind of this close to each other. There's something very intimate about it. I shouldn't say that because then it sounds like a violation, isn't it? I'm not holding people's hands in secret. I'm just like, anyway, okay, you're sitting on a bus, it's full, okay, we touch people, it happens. Why do I feel like I'm judging myself? What's going on here? And then the last one is mind space, which is what we're actually going to be working on at that event. We're going to be actually creating a space in your mind for you to go to, a vacation home in your mind. And I'm surprised by the number of people who don't have a place they can go to in their mind. And hell, if that's not the best way that I found to deal with negative spirals and negative emotions, I just go into that space. I've planted food in that space. There are animals in that space. There's a river that I fish in that space. I catch and release. There's a fire that I build in that space. There's my favorite tree in that space. And when I build it and I can go there, I do feel the sense of relief. We're going to talk about all that more on December 30th, so hopefully it can come out. Was that interesting? Did we have more to say on that topic?
I think there's a lot to say, but
I think so too. I think so too. But we want to make sure to end the show on time. It was fun. It was fun talking about that. I'm looking forward to talking about it more. Okay. Well, look. Wow, we're making good time. What's for dinner, right? I think we're going to end on time. I think that deserves a toast, okay? I think everything deserves a toast. I think my toast deserves a toast. So, okay, guys. What's for dinner? What did you eat in the last 7 days that you enjoyed, okay? That you appreciated. It doesn't have to be something special like my delicious rum here. It could be something else. What did you eat that you enjoyed?
Well, I'm going to talk since nobody's talking.
I was waiting for Luke, yeah.
So my neighbor this week, she brought me a little Christmas present. This was a muffin that her cousin made, and there was a piece of the, well, I don't know what you call it, sucre à crème and things like that there. So yesterday I opened it, I started eating it, but the muffin was hard. But anyway, it was fun to eat, and it was still good, no? So today I told her, I don't know if your cousin hates me or not, but her muffin was very hard.
That's funny. That's really funny. Well, that's cool. I like that. I had a cupcake the other day. It was a cranberry cupcake. I was actually very surprised by it. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I really like that. Well, how about you, Sam? What's for dinner?
So I made pea soup again, but this time I remembered that I should sprout my peas before I cook them because there's more nutrition and they're more easily digestible. So I've even just tonight I had more pea soup and it was delicious.
Nice. Does it produce less gas?
That's right.
That's what you mean by digestible?
It's also, you absorb more nutrients and it's better for your body. And
I'm gonna focus on the gas part. No, that's really cool. And if you actually want to see a picture of these sprouting peas, what is it?
Yeah, yellow peas.
Yellow peas. It's actually a pretty cool picture. I think it's really cool. You can check that out on Sam's Facebook. Oh, it's on your personal one, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's public. So
it's public. You go check that out, Samantha Barley on Facebook. It looks really cool. I'm learning more about the sprouting peas things. It sounds like a great idea. I mean, I don't know why that's not part of regular cooking. I guess because it takes time. I think it's really cool. That's learning new skills. That occupies your mind. That feels good. You guys, really, really great. I want to let you know what's coming up on our calendar here as the show comes to a close. On December 30th, I'm having another levitation session. So this is not an introductory session. This is actually the true levitate, where we're going to be talking about the negative spirals. I'm going to be introducing you to the mind space technique. So we're going to be actually doing that. And then we're going to talk about these 5 techniques for coming out of negative spirals. You come to this event, you will learn how to come out of negative spirals. It'll be definitely fun for you. Sam, do you have anything coming up?
Yes, tomorrow I have Transforming Fears. So we're going to talk all about the fears that you may have, getting out of your comfort zone, how to live an easier life. So that's tomorrow, group life coaching in Verdun. And then after that, January 3rd, I'm doing a groove dance. So Luke, I see you're coming. So we're going to do some dancing, let our inhibitions free. It'll be a lot of fun. It's full right now, but there's a wait list, so go on it. I'm sure you'll get in. Yeah, and then January 11th, Ask a Life Coach again, my 3rd Facebook Live that I'm going to be doing.
Next week, we're going to be talking about innovation and what's coming up for the Law of Attraction team. We're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff, a lot of exciting things, changing things up. We're going to be introducing Bad Guru in the new year. If you don't know what that is, you're going to want to know. But go to lawofattraction.ca and click on calendar to check out our meetups. Go to samanthabarley.com to find out more about her. You can also find our meetup at Self Discovery Montreal. right, on meetup.com. Please, our friend Valerie's not here today. She's helping a friend, but check her out at thepowerofomotions.ca. And tune in next week for another exciting episode of The Appreciationist.
The Appreciationist.
Yeah! And we're on time. 1 minute to spare. Sing for us, people. Sing.
Let's get crazy.
Happy holidays, everybody. Celebrate. Have fun. Go touch somebody.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's going to be after Christmas. So Merry Christmas for the
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you all. Yeah.
Yay.
Take care, everybody. Thank you, Luke.
A big hug to you too.
Oh, big hug. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.